I have to tell the governor this, that he made a mistake on the issue of the 54 billion naira project.
I thought it's the nine.
Yes, no, let me tell him, he's my Oga. Let me tell him. One, the person that prepared that budget, put it on the website, stated that 54 billion had been spent. That was the meaning of that budget. And the governor is now telling us that it had not been spent. Now,
that's
if
about 14 billion.
Yes, if others have not asked questions, we wouldn't have known that it had not been spent. Now, we're also having this 6.5 billion naira spent on recreation. And that is what we understand it to mean that it has been spent. Now, we are asking, where is this recreation center, so that people can have a balanced idea about how government works. But if the story is that it has not been spent, then we should be, the governor should actually sack the person who is preparing that budget. Because just what I'm saying, we prepare that budget and posting it on the website.
Because it's destroying the image of the government.
Yes, because it is giving
the image of Abia.
Yes, the person is giving the impression that money has been spent when money has not been spent. The right information should be given so that people like us who feel like defending this government will have things to defend the government.
And maybe we also be asking questions, where is the money?
Yes, that's what it means now. Because if you
say that if you make a statement, if you prepare a budget is an estimate of things done or yet to be done. So if you make a budget and say this particular thing has been done and completed as a last year, and so it's a budget of something that has been completed already. So you come 1 year later to come and tell us that it's not yet done. That's a problem. It's
a problem now, because that budget for the 2024 budget.
Yes.
And in 2025, we are hearing that it has not been done. That 14%.
And this particular year, we have a new budget.
So people are asking. People will be asking, where is the balance of the money?
To what is trending right now? Let's talk about what is trending in Abia first. 6.5 billion for recreation center. Paul Ikone alleges. Now let's look at one of the trending things right now in Abia State. Paul Ikone, who have actually alleged that 6.5 billion. Where is the 6.5 billion naira for recreation center in Abia State? I'm with
Barrister Emperor Obuna.
What do you think about the allegation made by Prince Paul Ikone? You know Prince Paul Ikone, very famous and well known.
Yes, I know Prince Paul Ikone. He's the Executive Secretary of National Agricultural Land Development Authority.
Okay.
And he's asking questions about the presence of 6.5 billion naira recreational center in Abia State.
But before you start, I know many people may really want to get your response. And last time people felt like I was cutting short. But this time around, is it wrong for Paul Ikone to ask questions about 6.5 billion recreation center?
It's not wrong. It's a right thing to ask questions. Every citizen of Abia State has the right to ask questions about the projects done or allegedly done by the Abia State government. The reason why the former government did not do so well was because people were not asking questions. But right now, people have to ask questions. That's the way it ought to be. People ask questions. So it's a good thing that people are asking questions about that. And to me, I am also asking that question though, because I saw that thing.
Before you're talking about you, I want to ask you a question. Have you seen any recreation center?
That is what I'm starting to say now. You know, I saw that thing that Abia State spent 6.5.
You saw it
billion on Abia Recreational Center, and I was like wondering where the thing is located. You know, but I believe that it must be going somewhere. You know, I want to have an open mind on this issue.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking the Abia State government. The time have come for you to demystify governance. Bring people, let people go and see these things. Call up the naysayers. You know, in every government, there will always be those who are called naysayers, those who never believe in what you're doing. Call them and show them. But let me tell you, there's a problem though. If a project is one upon which you need to tell people this is what the project is before they see it, there's a problem. Because a 6.5 billion naira project ought to be seen by everybody. And it's a recreational center. Honestly, I am struggling to understand this thing. I am asking the Abia State government to invite us. I am willing to be made available. Me and others
to go
and see this project so that we can actually defend this project. Because if it is true that 6.5 billion naira
billion, not million.
Okay, not be million.
You know how many million that makes up?
Yes, 1 billion naira is 1 million naira times 1,000.
That is
999 million plus another 1 million on top of it.
999 million
plus another 100 million or another 1 million on top of it to make it 1
that
million.
That means if you give somebody 1 billion naira, that is exempted for life.
If you give me 1 billion naira, will I still be in Abia State? So what I'm saying is that
6.5 billion. So if you put 6.5 billion naira in education center in Aba, for example, will it be hidden?
it will not be hidden. That's what I'm saying. You know, I am being honest here. Personally, I like Albert Alex Otti. I like the fact that he's doing well in Aba, in some other places. Just like in my own village from Amopitem, he's doing very well there. But the truth about it is that this 6.5 billion naira recreational center, we want to know where it is located. Is it in Abia? Is it in Aba? Is it Nomoya? Is it in Isialangwa? Is it Narochukwu? I think that me
You
and
want to go
others, me, Emperor Obuna, and others, you too,
I
I
want
know
to
that
want to.
we all want to go there. Let us go and see that place because it's a good thing we have the Christian center. I have been in Disneyland. I was in America. I was in Disneyland. It's very costly for us to go there. I have been in so many tourist attractions, and this place are beautiful. So 6.5 billion naira will give us something close to Disneyland, or maybe just what I'm saying. The kind of joy and the kind of fun we will have there. So I am asking the Abia state government too, because in a good way, so that people like us can defend this government very, very well. I'm asking the Abia state government to also show us the place where this 6.5 billion naira education center is. And not only that, we also see it so that we can also know whether that money was actually spent on that place. Because government is all about being responsible. We are all part of Abia state. But the good news is that the Abia state government under Lesotho is doing well in so many areas. So I also want these parts of this so that when I am on radio, just like today, I was on radio in 3 places. This is the 4th recording I'm doing today. And people ask me questions. So I want to be sure that what I'm telling people are things I can actually vouch for. Yes.
So, but before that, you say you have also read, or you have also read or seen where it is written 6 point. Have you also?
Yeah, I saw it on in one of the in a news article. I think it's a budget something that 6.5 billion was spent on recreation, education center. I think I saw it somewhere. But nevertheless, whether it is not, if it is not true now,
They should tell us that it's
let
not
the government
true.
tell us it's not true,
There's
because
there's
it
no
is the trending
6.5
news
billion.
now. It's the trending news now. Prince Paul Ikone say that they should sue us, and people are so. And let me also say this: Prince Paul Ikone was the executive director of National Agricultural Land Development Authority. That's authority. I don't know what it did in Abia State. I don't know the benefits that conferred in Abia State. Although it as far as it is a national issue, but I also want him to also tell us what his authority has actually done to make Abia State life better, because he has been a critic of the government. Let him also, he that live in grass house should not throw stone. Let him also tell us what he has done as the head of the executive secretary, is the head of the National Agricultural Land Development Authority. Let us also tell us. But despite that, he still have the right to ask questions. Whether he has done something or not, he's the right to ask questions. Like me and you, we all have the right to ask questions about what our money is being used for. Yes.
Well, I'm still talking about the 6.5 billion. What came to my mind is that this 6.5 billion, it may be likely to some the solution fund center in Anambra State, maybe something higher than that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There was something that happened. The last time government was asked this question in Abia State, they said that they didn't, just like the issue of the 54 billion, that they have not spent up to that. So maybe we should also find out from the government whether that money has actually been spent.
Okay, maybe they have not spent.
Yes, they have not.
Maybe they have spent 1 million or 1 billion.
But despite that,
they have bought land.
See, let me tell you something. The Abia State government should know that we are in a season of heightened enlightenment. People are asking questions nowadays. So you cannot just be putting things on the budget and publishing it on the website of the Abia State government without verification. First of all, I have to tell the governor this, that he made a mistake on the issue of the 54 billion naira project.
I thought it's not.
Yes, no, let me tell him, he's my organ. Let me tell him. One, the person that prepared that budget, put it on the website, stated that 54 billion had been spent. That was the meaning of that budget. And the governor is now telling us that it had not been spent. Now,
that's about 14 billion.
Yes, if others have not asked questions, we wouldn't have known that it had not been spent. Now, we are also having this 6.5 billion naira spent on recreation. And that is what we understand it to mean that it has been spent. Now, we are asking, where is this recreation center, so that people can have a balanced idea about how government works. But if the story is that it has not been spent, then we should be, the governor should actually sack the person who is preparing that budget. Because just what I'm saying, we prepare that budget and posting it on the website.
Because it's destroying the image of the government.
Yes, because it is giving
the image of
yes, the person is giving the impression that money has been spent, when money has not been spent.
Have not been spent.
The right information should be given so that people like us who feel like defending this government will have things to defend the
And
government.
people will also be asking questions, where is the money?
Yes, that's what it means now.
Where is
Because
the money? Because if you say that, if you make a statement, if you prepare a budget is an estimate of things done or yet to be done. So if you make a budget and say this particular thing has been done and completed as a last year, and so it's a budget of something that have been completed already. So you come 1 year later to come and tell us that it's not yet done. That's a problem.
It's a problem now because that budget for the 2024 budget,
Yes.
and in 2025 we are hearing that it has not been done. That 14%.
And this particular year, you have a new budget.
So people are asking, people will be asking, where is the balance of the money? But the balance will be in the state government coffer. But what I'm just saying, I want to be fair and I want to be balanced in this so that nobody would misquote me. I am saying that the impression given by the budget expenditure is that this money has been spent, and the governor is saying that it has not been spent. Now, who do we now believe? It has not been spent. It has been spent. So I am thinking that the governor should actually call the person who is preparing this budget to order. If it is true that the money has not been spent, but if they haven't been spent, good. If it has been spent, good. So on this issue of recreation center, we are also asking the same question so that we can know what to say. This 6.5 billion naira, has it been spent? Has it not been spent? Where is the location of this recreation center so that Abians can actually know what is going on? But to me, I feel that the government should actually come open on this matter, and so that people can actually have a balanced view about how government works. Because when you shroud some of these things in secrecy, you are giving the opposition the bullet to fire you. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
you are giving the opposition the bullet to fire you because you are giving them the impression that there are things you are hiding. But we need these things to be done transparently so that people can actually know that the new Abia is all about transparency.
I understand the point I'm making, because when the issue of the 54 billion or something billion for smart schools was actually trending, it actually gave people the opposition used as a tool to try to checkmate the government, which is actually what should be.
Yes,
you understand?
yes.
But at least we personally, we decided to also visit those schools. Government was able to publish and say these schools are located in this particular area. It's located in this
I think I saw a video of you.
So we have to personally go to those schools and verify. Yes, despite that the schools are not yet completed, but at least there's an ongoing project. So people are also asking, this is the 6.5 billion. Can you give us the location of the 6.5 billion education center? Let us also go there. If it's an ongoing project, let us know that it's an ongoing. If it has been completed, because we can go there and we can also go there with our family and have fun. I also report.
I would also want to go there. Instead of me traveling to America to go to Disneyland or to go to Dubai Center in Dubai, I will just pack my family. We will go to that place and spend money and enjoy ourselves and take pictures and snap it and post it on Facebook.
So what's the last message regarding to the?
My last message is still my first message, that the governor should actually show us so that the naysayers should be silenced, and those who defend the governor can actually have things to use and defend the governor. But when you shroud these things in secrecy, you are giving opportunity for the opposition to believe that you're not saying the truth. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Basically, on the issue of Castena, the bandits peace talk with bandits.
Yes.
We are right that in Nigeria right now, we are having states, local government agencies are now having peace talk with bandits. People who can confirm that they engage a lot of issues, killing and all the rest of them. Now the government is coming to have a peace talk with them. End of the day, you see them releasing them, see them having an agreement. We will not do this thing to you. We will not do this. What do you think about the different? In fact, the current news that 2 more Katsina local government, 2 more. I'm talking about local government. 2 more Katsina local government have signed a peace deal with bandits.
You see, that's the problem of
Nigeria. You know, the interesting thing is that police, security agencies will also, including the military, most times will also be there to cover and report the story. People who are being declared wanted, you see them on the broad daylight having a peace deal.
Okay, let me answer you. You see, one of the things that make America great is America does not negotiate with terrorists. You cannot negotiate with terrorists. Negotiating with terrorists is even a crime. Now, Nigeria has failed in the fight against terrorism because we have broken the first rule of terrorism, which is never negotiate with a terrorist. And not only that, a terrorist will always be a terrorist. When somebody is a terrorist, you are using violence to make government to listen to your demand. And in northern Nigeria, like places like Katsina, like Borno, like Niger, and some other places, you see terrorists all over in the bush, bandits. Now, the Nigerian military spends money, spends effort to fight against these things. When these terrorists are caught, instead of the government to send them to prison or give order them to be executed based on the fact that they are doing a capital offense, what the government of Nigeria does is to reform them and send them back to the system. And these guys, when they go there, they become more hardened. Some of them, there is instances where people have become terrorists, and when they are sent back, they become more hardened. And that is why the fight against terror can never end. One, when you send them out, you give them money. So these terrorists know that if they are caught, they may not be killed. But when people know that if they are caught, they will die, they will stay away from terrorism. But when people know that if they are caught, they will be reformed and brought back to society, they will continue. So the government is not getting it right when the government is allowing these terrorists to be coming back and say you are reforming them. You cannot reform a terrorist. There are people don't really change. What happens to people is that they migrate from one form to another. But what makes them who they are is inside them. I don't know if it's happening. Yeah. If somebody can pick up a gun and start killing a human being for no reason, somebody who did not do anything to you, and when he's caught by the military, the government will say they're reforming him and sending him back to society and giving him money, giving him things.
Repentant
Boko Haram. In the end, the violence still continue. And now, the people of Katsina and other people are also obeying. They are now following what government have done. Since the government have already started allowing these terrorists to go home, the people have now started negotiating with these terrorists and then allowing them to participate in governance. Do you know that they are not telling them that they participate in building schools, in building roads? Non-state actors are now determining what is happening in some of these places.
They're telling government directive on
what to do. And the military and the police are all there looking.
Don't worry. Let me read one of the statements from the Daily Trust newspaper. I said, the leaders have assured the bandits of their safety and welcomed them to continue their business activities in the local market, he added. It was also resolved that the cattle market, which has been shut down due to security, will be reopened to enable bandits to bring in and sell their livestock.
Okay. To enable bandits to bring and sell their livestock. Now, that they are now assuring them that they will maintain security. Now, from what you read now, it is clear that the non-state actors are now determining the security of those places. It's no longer the duty of the police. It's not the duty of the military to maintain security. It is now bandits that are now calling the shots. You see, that's the problem when you start negotiating with terrorists. The terrorist is like the devil. You give him an arm, he will look for a leg. You give him a leg, he will look for the whole body. Before you know it, everything about you is gone. That is why you don't negotiate with terrorists. The government should stamp their feet and stop this issue of village heads negotiating with terrorists and bandits and allowing them to start living in the end. Let me tell you, despite what I'm doing, they still attack people. You see circumstances whereby they will do signposts in the morning, in the evening, more people are being kidnapped. And let me tell you, that agreement you signed, is it binding? Is it legally binding? Agreement to sign with the terrorists, is it binding? It is not legally enforceable. I hope you know. It's not legally enforceable. So what we are saying is that this is an ill wind that will blow everybody no good. Nobody will ever see any good in negotiating with these terrorists. And let me tell you the final word on this issue. These bandits, this is their lifestyle. In the end, they will always go back to this lifestyle. And they are trying to systematically conquer states, little by little. They go to one local government, they have agreement with them. Those local government are loyal to them. They go to local government, give them habitual obedience. Just tell me, people see the video, when they are passing, people start clapping. People no longer see the military as responsible people that keep them safe. They now see this bandits.
They now rely on
bandits. Before you know it, the whole Katsina is taken. They will go to Borno. The whole Borno is taken. Before you know it, Nigeria will become like Libya, that is controlled by different warlords.
So I think
different warlords will start controlling several parts of Nigeria. One warlord called Abdullahi will be controlling Katsina. Another one called Musa will be controlling Borno. Another one called.
It's funny now in this country.
It's true. That's what is going on.
But what I personally think on regarding to this is this. I just actually laugh when I see what security agencies also participating in ensuring security of bandits in those meetings. So what do? Those bandits are talking about, they come to those meetings with their rifle. They come with sophisticated weapon. You can see it with your eyes that weapon is there.
I saw one now, RPG. One had an RPG.
In a meeting.
In a meeting. This one that is like the one you use in bringing that.
And at the end of the day, it means at this particular stage, it means that Nigerian government have been subdued.
Well,
because it means that it shows that we don't have, there's no power in security in our security.
I agree, but let's
because what personally, to my own opinion, because when the arm of when the government is there, they cannot guarantee the security of life and properties, and people now have lost hope and confidence in the government in terms of protecting them. And what did they now do? They now go to an extent of negotiating with bandits. Now bandits now collect taxes from them. At the end of the day, granting them safety that they can now go to their farmland and nothing will happen.
But let me tell you something. When you see this band, when you see those people wearing military uniforms and everything, nobody's sure that they are military. You know why I say so? Some of these guys, you see them, the way they have the Abia, the way they wear the shoes, they wear camouflage, but they may not be military. So it may be hasty for us to say that those were military. But despite that, they still come to those meetings dressed in military uniforms or police uniforms. And then they still carry all this RPG, they still carry with their submachine gun, and they still discuss with the head of this local government. So what I'm still saying is still the same truth, that it's an indictment on our military now and our police, because there is no reason why anybody should allow that kind of meeting to hold. Where you are carrying, the one I saw yesterday was this bullet, this gun they use shooting down aeroplane, and somebody came with it,
and he could not even capture it.
And the military could not. Now, even the emir that participated in that meeting should actually be arrested because he is sabotaging the country. We have Nigerian police, we have Nigerian army, we have civil defense, we have air force, we have the infantry, we have navy,
we have a
lot of security, we have GSS. These people, if they want insecurity to stop in Nigeria, insecurity will stop
in one day.
But the problem we have in Nigeria is that the lack of willpower.
I think it's really to my own personal opinion. I think it's about the political will to do it.
That's the thing now.
Because Nigeria, in terms of Nigeria security, they have everything it takes. They have the equipment. They even have the technical know-how. They have everything. They even have the forces. They have the soldiers on ground. They have everything it takes. They have the drones. So do you remember when it's all about action? But even that thing you're talking about, when Hejika was trying to end Boko Haram in one day, what happened? People were raising. People were talking about.
They wrote against him to ICC. They told Jonathan to remove him. This is a man that has willpower. It shows you what willpower can do.
So there is.
Okay, let me tell you something. Remember when Osikaku was ravaging Abia? The time came when Tiyoji. I'm coming now. Wait now. The time came when Tiyoji wanted Osikaku reign to end. But it was not Tiyoji that did that. The military. I think it was Hejika too. The military sent military men. It shows you willpower. When a government has willpower to fight security, within few days, insecurity will end. But the problem is lack of willpower, political patronage. If I kill these people, if I destroy this, what will this do? And that's the problem. Even if Nigerian army say they want to go to the north to kill everything, look at all these bandits. They use Facebook, they use Twitter. You see them carrying their money around. You see them in TikTok posting the money. They don't even hide their faces, and yet nobody arrests them. Why? So I am challenging the Nigerian government. Please, don't allow these bandits to override us. Please, have the willpower to stop them. I know you people can do this thing. It's possible to do. It's possible to do. Although if they do it, some people still complain. There is nothing you will do, and people will not complain. Because we can't allow these bandits to continue negotiating with emirs and village heads.
And 2027 is
and in the end, before you know it, all those areas will be conquered. Before you know it, Nigeria will be controlled by different warlords, terrorist groups controlling different places. By the time you know it, Nigeria will be a third country. This is the time to stop this thing. The government of Tinubu is the only government we know. We don't want any other government. We don't want any other government. If Tinubu rule by 2 to 7, another person, other people will come in or he will win. But allowing these terrorists to continue discussing with these bandits, it is eroding the credibility the Nigerian people have on the military, and it is not good. And the military doesn't need to take instruction before they can do something. A terrorist who comes to a meeting with RPG, with submachine gun, with AK-47, there is no way you can allow that person to go. You pick him up. Where did he get this thing from? Because the moment you continue allowing them to continue doing this thing, they continue getting stronger and stronger, collecting taxes from people, collecting money from farmers. Before you know it, they continue increasing their military personnel, the weapons, and before you know it, they will be so strong to attack Nigeria, and we don't want it.
And the funny thing on regarding to my final word on that, funny thing about regarding to this is that you also get a report that these bandits most attack even the security agencies, attack the.
It happened this week now. They attacked the Nigerian police. I went to the house of one of the police postmen. Man, I think they killed somebody. They even attacked the policemen, soldiers, because you are allowing them to be negotiating with these people. You are allowing them to be collecting money from the farmers. They are enriching them, getting more money. Before you know it, they have more sophisticated weapons than the Nigerian military. And before you know it, these guys will attack. So nip them in the bud. Stop it at this time.
Finally, regarding to that, let's talk about two different things regarding to this issue of negotiating with bandits. What do you think about negotiating with bandits in one hand, and why Nnamdi Kanu in detention for over 2 to 3 years now?
It's unfortunate.
How do you know that Nnamdi Kanu, they also alleging that it's using terrorism. They are still alleging that it's using terrorism. But here there's no record, there's no video where you can say that you see him carrying weapon, carrying AK-47 or carrying bullet. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But you see bandits in a broad daylight, you see them with weapons. You see them with weapons and the rest of them. At the end of the day, end up negotiating with them.
We all know that
Why
in Nigeria.
What do you think?
We all know that in Nigeria that everybody is not treated equally. The Igbo question in Nigeria, the way the Nigerian government answers the Igbo question is not the same way they answer other questions. When Nnamdi Kanu started his problem, we had Sunday Igboho, we had Showore, we had Nnamdi Kanu. These were all people who were blasting from every end. When Tinubu entered, Showore's case was dropped. Igboho's case was dropped. We all expected that Nnamdi Kanu's case would be dropped. But unfortunately, Nnamdi Kanu is in the same situation. Yesterday or 2 days ago, Ohaneze asked the federal government to stop prosecuting Nnamdi Kanu. I'm also lending my voice to it. Please, just for the purpose of national healing, let Nnamdi Kanu go. Please, that's just my own view. In as much as I'm not here to start telling the government what to do, because the case is in court. But we are looking at national healing. I'm not here to start saying Nnamdi Kanu is guilty or not. But I'm saying that for the purpose of national healing, because he has stayed there for a very long time, and even if you look at it, in Simon Ekpa's case, he was sent to prison for 6 years, and that 6 years will be 4 years. Before the next 4 years, he will come out. But Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention for almost 10 years. Just tell me. So even if you are giving him 6 years or 7 years detention, he has already stayed. Then we talk how to do this country so that the country will be good. The reason why Nnamdi Kanu's message was popular was because some Igbos felt that Igbos were being marginalized in Nigeria. And if you look at it very well, you ask yourself, which Igbo man is occupying a prominent position in Nigeria? Is it Central Bank? Is it Ministry of Defense? Is it the banking industry? Is it the kitchen cabinet of Tinubu? It appears that it is mostly people from other regions. You cannot really call the only close Igbo man who may be close is David Umahi, who is just the Minister of Works. But when it comes to the kitchen cabinet of the presidency, how many Igbo men are there? So I am asking the Nigerian government, if you know those things that make Igbos to start thinking that they are not part of Nigeria, correct them. Let Igbos have a sense of stay. You understand what I'm saying? When Jonathan was the president of this country, Jonathan gave the Igbos a sense of stay. But that time Wazirike was making noise. But people did not take him serious because Igbos felt in Jonathan's government that Igbos were having a sense of belonging. We had the Konjivola, we had Rumote, we had so many people who were close to the Jonathan government. Jonathan Ambassador's government too. We have some Igbos who were close to the national government. I'm asking Tinubu also, let Igbos have a pride of place in your government. I'm not saying that the government doesn't have Igbos there, but we know that in the kitchen cabinet, you can't really see much Igbos. Let there be Igbos who are also making national news. Then some of these agitations will stop. But when you run an exclusive government as if it is your own people against them, you are encouraging some of these people who will say that they don't want to belong. That is how life works.
Okay, let's actually leave that one apart and talk about some other topic in this particular discussion. One of the topics that is trending at this particular moment is the SUA administrator and the Rivers Assembly, talking about probing the SUA administrator. That Rivers State received over 200 billion within the 6 months. What do you think about that?
Yes. Section 305 of the Constitution gives the president the power to declare a state of emergency. But the section did not give the president the power to appoint somebody to replace the governor. The president of Nigeria does not have the power to remove a governor. There is no provision of the Constitution that gives the president of Nigeria the power to remove a governor. Having said that, when they removed Fubara, Ibas was appointed to be the administrator. Ibas started taking instruction from the National Assembly, from the Senate. That's what the law says. Because the president did not only remove
254 billion.
The president also suspended the National State Assembly. By that, authority is now in the Senate to make laws for it. And 200-something billion naira entered into the coffers of River State. Now that one a big money. Now this money that came in, Abas was managing them as a sole administrator. Now, the power given to the National Assembly to make laws for River State does not exclude the House of Assembly of the state from probing what will happen at that time. And the difference between making laws, the power of the Senate was only to do those things which the National Assembly, which the State House of Assembly was doing, which they have been stopped from doing.
But Ibas have actually rejected the Assembly's.
He has no power to reject it.
He has rejected and said that they cannot probe it.
He has no power to reject it.
So that he is
no, the Senate will not probe. Look at what is probe. Probe is just to look into. Excuse me. Probe is to look into. Probe is not to prosecute.
I know. Probe is basically to investigate and check this.
Yes, now. What is wrong with that?
Why did you spend this amount of money? Where is the 200 billion? In Abia, we're talking about 54 billion, 6.5 billion. But the Rivers, we're talking about 250 something billion.
Okay, but let me tell you this.
So the Rivers is rejected and said that nobody have power to probe him.
But let me tell you this.
And I think this man, he has been blessed to 6 months.
Well, he has been blessed.
What he never achieved for what at something is being in the military. He may have used under 6 months and recovered.
Yes, but let me tell you something. When it comes to probing is to look into something, to determine, to find something. Now, when Abas is being probed, the House of Assembly will prepare a white paper and then discover whether money was stolen or money was not stolen. They will just they will bring the activities of the Senate, what the Senate said, and just oppose it with what the Abas did and know whether money was stolen. If money is stolen, they will write to EFCC to investigate him. Probe is not investigation. The EFCC will not investigate. If EFCC finds that Abas stole money, he will be prosecuted.
But look at one of the statements I read on social media is that probing Abas is like probing the president.
No, it's not true. At all. You cannot say that. That money belongs to the local government. There's a difference between probing and making laws. There's a difference between probing. There is no place it is written that the State Assembly cannot probe him. There is no way it's written. And remember again, his administration is an illegal administration.
But do you understand my point? What the point is this? Abas is talking about he was appointed by the president.
I know what you're saying
now. Appointed by Rivers people.
But is it not Rivers State money? Is it not Rivers State money?
Or why is the government? Why the State Assembly trying to probe him?
They can probe him.
I later get instruction from him.
Listen now.
And I know what I'm talking about.
They can probe him.
I'm telling you,
this is Rivers State money. Now, National Assembly appropriated the money to him, and he used. And the money, the Rivers State money, Rivers State is now River State is now, I mean, River State House of Assembly is now the right power to make laws for the states. They have a right to investigate how money of River State was used, but they cannot impeach him. They cannot suspend him. If they discover that something is wrong, they will take it to EFCC for EFCC to do the needful.
Investigate.
I'm not only that. Let me tell you that
And
too.
possibly take him to court.
Do you know that everybody in River State have the right to probe that man? By virtue of the Freedom of Information Bill, information law in Nigeria, every citizen of River State has the right to probe and to find out what happened within that period. Everybody is the right of everybody.
As an
individual, you have the right to probe. And if you probe and you discover that money was missing, what you will do is to report to EFCC. Tell them that from your independent analysis, this man stole this money. EFCC will not invite him to investigate it. That is it. Okay, what's happening in America, Florida? Is it not Sahara reporters that decided to investigate, to probe what Wike is doing? They now discover that he transferred a house with the name of his wife and himself to his children. Now, somebody has written petition to Florida government asking them to investigate Wike. As I'm talking to you now, another apparatus in UK has written to Florida Attorney General. What does that show you? Everybody has the right to investigate and to probe a public officer. But you don't have the right to arrest him, but you have the right by virtue of the Freedom of Information Law. Let me tell you one thing. By virtue of Freedom of Information Law or Act, I can write to CBN. Please, I will put a section. Give me the amount of money Nigerian government have spent in River State. They'll give it to me. Then I will now write to the Accountant General of River State. Tell me the amount of money that IBA spent. They give it to me. I will now look at it. If I discover that money was stolen, I will write to EFCC asking them to invite this man to come and explain. And if the man comes and explain, and it is shown that what I did, that I made a mistake, the man will not sue me for what we call malicious prosecution, or for unlawful imprisonment or anything, that or for giving false information to the police or to EFCC. Because if somebody not commit a crime, I reported him I committed a crime, and police investigated him and arrested him and found out that he didn't commit a crime, me that give the information, I am liable. But if it is true that what he said is true, police will do something. So what I'm saying is that River State House of Assembly, just like every other person in River State, has the power to probe what the man did. But you can't arrest him. You take him to EFCC or police.
Many people behind the scene may be thinking, why are people talking about probe? The same Rivers Assembly, they were all in the same agreement for a state of emergency. They welcomed the state of emergency. So, and they were happy when the bus took over. We went on vacation in abroad and not the rest of them. They were enjoying themselves. But now they have finally resumed and they are now asking about did they have the moral justification? Who supported the state of emergency and welcome for Florida to be removed? Did they have the moral justification to still start asking the same question about where is over 200 billion naira? And
okay, let me tell you
they really have the moral justification.
That money is a big money. That money is enough to make somebody to ask questions. Assuming I tell you, go and do this thing, and when you came back, I was happy you did it. Then somebody now told me that that emperor, somebody will tell you, the Julian emperor collected 50 billion naira.
Use 50 billion to build one story.
You will now say, emperor, is it what went on? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That money is big. 250 something billion naira. It's a big money. So they might have supported the emergency rule, but they never knew that this man would touch this kind of money.
Because if those money was to share among them,
they would have got something now.
Do you know how many billion they would have got?
So they never knew that this man would touch this money for governance. They never knew.
Nothing entered their hand.
But that's 6 months now. That's 6 months that they were not paid allowances.
If you were receiving maybe 500 million monthly. But let's look at it in a different way. Could it be there's a political undertone regarding to this issue? Because there are pictures, evidences of a bat with Wike before now. They were mingling. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So and possibly there's also a relationship that allegedly the FCT minister may have
No, somebody must
excuse me,
have somebody must have recommended somebody.
yes, may have recommended him to for this particular role, which he did and did perfectly very well.
No, but we know it's politics now.
But my question is this: what I'm trying to drive, could it be that there's a kind of a misunderstanding between Ibas and the FCT minister that made the state assembly that is loyal to the FCT minister to start asking questions of how Ibas governed Rivers for 6 months? Do you understand my?
I understand the question very well. Let me answer it. No, let me answer it. I understand what you're saying. What they're saying is that based on what the relationship between the two of them, all of a sudden we're not hearing that the same House of Assembly that is loyal to Wike is not trying to investigate him. That maybe Ibas did not keep his part of the deal. It's possible, but these things are speculative. Nobody can actually know what happened. I don't like dealing with speculation. I like dealing with facts that I can prove. I'm a lawyer. I want to deal with facts I can prove. For now, there is no evidence of the fact that Wike is the one who is spearheading the probe of Ibas. Nobody, no evidence to that effect. But the House of Assembly totally have 100% powers to probe that man. It is their money. It is River State money. It is River State money. So now that they are trying to probe him, it's good. Let the man submit his right to probe. If they don't want to probe, let them go ahead and send it to EFCC. EFCC will do the needful. But the truth remains that appointment of Ibas was a reckless action. The government of Federal Republic of Nigeria have no power to remove Ibadan. And let me tell you something. They said that they declared a sort of emergency because pipeline were being vandalized and they were blowing pipeline. Let me ask you a question. Who owns the pipeline in Nigeria? Is it not the federal government? By virtue of the Minerals Act, it's the federal government that owns every mineral in Nigeria. Now, the federal government appointed Tompolo, is it also for him to be Tompolo, for him to be the one who will be guarding pipelines. And these pipelines were now being damaged and being blown up. Instead of the federal government to be responsible for the pipelines and to hold the Nigerian military or the Nigerian Navy or anybody who was supposed to guard these pipelines responsible, the federal government now turned it to be against the River State government. And then, because of emergency or River State government, is to me, it is more like giving a dog a bad name to hang it. Because it is not the duty of the River State government to guard pipelines. It is not the duty of River State government to ensure that oil flows from his place because everything oil in Nigeria is a federal government issue. So if oil facilities are being damaged, the person to hold responsible is yourself because you are the federal government. You ought to protect this pipeline. So what I'm saying is that it is a lame decision. It's a lame decision to use that the fact that pipelines is being vandalized and blown to remove that government. So to me, I am standing to the fact that what happened in River State was an illegality. And if Fubara goes to court, I am also calling on Fubara to go to court. Let me tell you, if you look at section 180 sub 1 of the Constitution of Nigeria, it provides that a governor shall be in power for 4 years. Now, that's what the Constitution says. Now, if you look at so many years ago when P2B was the governor, when P2B removed Gige through the courts, P2B went to court and asked the court to declare, before that time now, if you are completing another person's tenure, you only stay as a governor for one year or 2 years. But P2B said no. That the Constitution said that
he was the first governor
in
Nigeria.
Yeah, P2B said no. That the law is that the Constitution is that a governor should stay for 4 years. P2B now went to court, asked the court to interpret section 180 of the Constitution, and the court said that what it means is that a governor should stay for 4 years, and that 4 years should start from the day that the governor took oath. But that was how we started having staggered elections in Nigeria. Staggered election. Some states, their governor will complete their 4 years by December. Some states, like the governor will find a governor in next year. Yes. Now, by interpretation of that judgment, if Fubara wants to make law grow in Nigeria, let him ask the court to declare that his tenure will not expire by 29th day of May 2027. Rather, that his tenure will expire by 29th day of November 2027. Why is it so? By virtue of section 305 of the Constitution, the president have no power to remove any governor. Now, if Fubara can file a case and have two prayers. The first prayer is for the court to declare that they exercised by the power of by the president to place a sort of emergency in River State and to remove him, not president, but to remove him as a governor, that it was illegal. The first prayer will be that the removal of him as a governor was illegal. Then the second prayer will be a declaration that by virtue of that illegality, he did not enjoy 6 months. Therefore, that his own 6 months should continue from May 29 to November 29. So if he can go to court, I'm telling you that the law, based on what I know the law to be as a lawyer, that he will win the case. But the problem is, can the judiciary give him that justice? But if I were him, I would try. Some people say that if he does that, they will start impeaching him. Well, I don't know. But as a lawyer, I know that if Fubara goes to court, the court would declare that that impeachment was illegal. One. That the court will also say that that impeachment, that suspension was illegal. One. Two, that period of 6 months, he was not a president, he was a governor. That 6 months should be given back to him because he's entitled to 4 years as a governor. And that's if you add that 6 months to 3 years and 6 months that he will enjoy a governor, it will expire by November 2027. So this is something worth trying. P2B tried it and it worked. I hope you understand what I'm saying. P2B tried it and it worked. It can still work.
Are you not trying to drag Fubara back?
Why?
Backward? Because Fubara have actually gone almost past that stage. In the terms of the peace deal,
Fubara was elected for 4 years.
What I'm trying to say, telling Fubara, governor of River State, yes, to file a case against declaring of emergency regarding to removing him in office. I know it is justified, it is good, and it should be done. Yes. But I'm trying to say, won't it cause another political, issues in River State again that will now affect his governance?
It will not.
Because I think, for me personally, my own opinion is this.
It will not. Let me tell you why it will not. It will also affect. It will also help the House of Assembly.
I think for me personally, my own opinion is this. I agree with you. You know, you're a lawyer. So I agree with you in that area. But what I think that if I'm Governor Fubara, and I want to embark on that mission, I also need to sell that idea to the State Assembly.
That is what you know why?
Do you know why? Because all of them want to enjoy under 6 months. Mm-hmm. All of them want to stay under 6 months. So if you sell that idea to the State Assembly, I think they will also buy the idea and they want to also. Because if not, you may see they may also want to come and continue another political crisis, which may also affect.
You know, Fubara have to use his wisdom to do this thing, so it will work. It's not something we do alone. But I am speaking as a lawyer, and I know that based on the law that I interpret, Section 305, Section 180, sub 1, all these sections are clear as to what should be done and as to the powers of the president. You cannot override your power. Let me tell you, we need a proactive judiciary in Nigeria. Look at what happened in America. The president of America sued New York Times for $15 billion, asking the court to stop them, that they are always antagonizing you. The court threw away the case. The court said that it is within the powers of the press to be critical of government actions. There are so many things that Trump have done that the court shut down. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But in Nigeria, it appears that the judiciary is shying away.
If Mubarak goes to court right now, are you sure that the court will even hear the case?
They will hear it now. Why would they call? No, he's not going to Supreme Court because people have argued that it took the PDP filed the case in 6 months and they will not hear it. No, what PDP governors did was to file the case in the Supreme Court, and it was state action. Attorney General of the state filed it. That was why they could go to Supreme Court. But Fubara should file a normal case in the Federal High Court. Let the court determine whether his tenure has expired. He will still be governor. The 6 months will not kill anybody, but it will teach. It will be one upon which it will bring a new change. People, because we are getting better every day based on law.
We're not in Banana Republic.
We're not in Banana Republic where somebody will just come one day and do what he wants to do. No, we need to be run by a constitutional democracy. Nigeria should be run by a constitutional democracy, and constitutional democracy is all about democracy according to the law, and not according to the whims and caprices of any person. Let me tell you something. Let me close by this thing by telling you. Aristotle says something. He said that he that says that that law should rule is saying that God should rule. But he that says that man should rule is bringing the character of the beast. He now said that appetite has that character. Appetite has that character, the character of the beast. He now concluded by saying that there's a devil that possesses rulers and turn them to evil men and turn them to beasts, even if they were the best of men. Do you understand me? It's what he's saying, that law should rule and not man should rule. But that when you are bringing a man to rule, you are adding the character of the beast, because there is a devil that possesses rulers and turns them to beasts, to evil people, even if before they became presidents, before they became governors, they were the best of men. Amen. So what I'm saying to you is that it is right time that somebody goes to court and challenge some of these things. Fubara can do it. And when he does it, let him also, he can file a personal suit, because nobody can file it for him. He can file a personal suit so that he can extension. And also, PDP can also file it.
PDP can file it.
They can file it, because if you look at the mandate given to the governor,
it's under PDP.
It's under PDP. PDP can say that let the court decide whether our stay as the governor of River State will expire by
I think it will be
29 May.
I think it will be a good idea.
They can find it, so and they will join Fubara as a party. So that because in the ballot box, in the ballot paper, the people you see there are the parties. You don't see anybody's name. When I was running the election at the House of Assembly in Abia State, my name was not there. It was the party upon which I was running that is there. So it is the party actually.
Because I think if PDP actually fight it, it will also help to give people a sense of belonging.
Yes, so the PDP ought to find that suit and then ask the court to determine whether, by virtue of the interference with the powers of the governor within March to September 2025, whether he can still be said to have exercised his powers as a governor. If the answer is no, should he not be allowed to continue ruling after 29 May till November 29th, so that the 6 months can expire? By that, let the court terminate. And I'm telling you that, don't be surprised though, Nigerian courts can do wonders. So when they want to do wonders, they do wonders. So Nigerian courts can go and pronounce it in favor of Fubara based on the law I know as a lawyer.
And you think that Fubara may have a chance?
Why not? The law is clear now. The whole lawyers in Nigeria say that the president have no power to remove a sitting governor.
The whole lawyers.
Yes, now every lawyer who will defend that action is maybe APC lawyer. But every lawyer who knows his law knows that there is no provision.
That means if they have gone to court, if court have heard that case, even the judge will have agreed to it.
Yes, now, very much now. The law is clear now. The president have no power to remove a sitting governor. The only way you can remove a sitting governor is by death, by impeachment, or by resignation. These three things. In the absence of that, the president does not even have the power to remove a councillor. I'm telling you now.
Not even the local government.
Not even the local government chairman. Because these are elected people. There are procedures for removing a governor. There are procedures for removing a councillor. They call him. That's all these procedures. So what I'm saying is that PDP can still file that suit if Governor Fubara does not want to file it. Thank you.
Okay, that is the much we can talk about for today. Don't forget to share this video. Copy the link of this video and share this video, please. Tell us your name once again.
My name is Chief Emperor Obonna. On the Kuro of Item.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.